Yo, we are back in full effect. Goodfellas. It's your boy Dougie, 5A Will. How y'all feeling, man? Come back from a nice little vacation, you know what I'm talking about?
I'm good.
Good?
I'm good.
5, how you feeling, man?
Tired.
Tired?
Yeah, man. I'm tired.
Tired, you just tired?
I'm tired.
Tired. That's 3 tired.
That's 3 of them.
Should have put a 4. Yeah, we kicked it, man. We kicked it. Boof, you tired?
Tired, man.
Now you tired, everybody tired. Hey, Will, you should be good to go. Well rested.
No.
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 All right. Well, we're going to jump right into it. Got a lot of playoff basketball to talk about. So, first series we're going to talk about is Philly, Toronto. 3-2. Advantage Raptors. Was Game 6 is going to be tomorrow.
Yes, it's tomorrow.
In Philly. Joel Embiid is, what is it, a respiratory infection that he's been dealing with?
That was the latest one.
That was the latest one?
Yes.
He had the bubble guts like another game or something like that.
So he's just been sick this whole round.
Yeah.
Right? All of a sudden?
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden he's been sick.
Yeah.
Not taking care of himself.
What's Ben Simmons' excuse?
He's trash.
What's his excuse? He averaging like 10 points.
Can't shoot a jump shot.
Averaging, he ain't even getting a lot of assists neither. He averaging like maybe 4 or 5 assists.
Well, his ability to get into the lane and score and be a threat to score opens his assist up. So, I mean, he's not being a threat to score. I mean, he's not going to get assists. Who's going to help off of him when you don't need to?
My God. Jimmy has been hooping outside of, was it last game? In the first game.
The first game.
The first game?
First game.
Did he do these in the first game?
Yeah.
No, first game he only had 10 points.
Yeah. The game 2, 3,
So, it was what, 2, 3, and 4? he
2,
played Will?
3, 4, and
and
5.
5. Yeah.
Played good at 5, too.
How you play good decent last night?
Yeah, he had
Okay.
22,
Yeah,
5, and 7.
Until they got blew out.
Okay.
Should probably would have had 30.
So he's been the only one, like, where's Tobias Harris? Where the others?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That is this series has been. Embiid has wet the bed. So his numbers, like Embiid's numbers, game 1 he had 16-8, no blocks. He had 12.6 rebounds, 1 block. Game 3 he had 33-10, 5 blocks. Game 4 he had 11-8 and 2 blocks. And game 5 he had 13-6 and 1 block. And I felt
8
like
turnovers, too.
he did have 8 turnovers. He did have 8 turnovers. And I feel like Embiid, in order for Philly to win, Embiid has to be their best player on the floor. He has to be the best player on the floor. And he hasn't been that. Whether it's been, his stomach bothering him, respiratory infection, whatever it is, like he needs to do whatever he needs to do to get like the knee. I mean, I'm glad they haven't used the knee as an excuse yet, but his health, as far as like his stomach or his breathing, he needs to get it together. If Philly wants a chance to win, he has to get it together. He has to be able to match Kawhi's output. Kawhi, game 1, he had 45, 11, 2 assists, 2 steals. Game 2, 35, 7, 6 assists, 1 steal. Game 3, 33, 4, 3 assists, 0 steals. Game 4, 39, 14, 5 assists, 0 steals. And then game 5, he had 21, 13, 4, and 2 steals.
They dog their ass.
Yeah. I mean, game 1, Kawhi almost scored Jimmy, Embiid, Harris, and Simmons all together. Like, you can't have that.
It's bad.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, look at... you can't have that. I mean, Jimmy has been solid after game 1. Game 2, he had 30, 10, and 5. Game 3, 22, 9, and 9. Game 4, 29, 11, and 4. And then game 5, 22, 5, and 7. Siakam, he started off good. He had a 1 down game, which was game 4. He only had 9 points, 3 assists.
He was sick. Was it an injury?
No, he had the injury. That was the calf injury or whatever. But then he bounced back last night and had 25 and 8.
Yeah. 5, how you feel?
If Embiid and Simmons are not going to be effective, neither are JJ and Harris.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but a lot of their offensive output is dictated by Simmons and Embiid's play. The ability to draw double teams, the ability to spread the floor for others. also, I don't like the fact that Jimmy's not guarding Kawhi. I'm not a fan of that. I don't understand. I thought they got Jimmy to be their best defender, kind of that two-way guy, score the basketball a little bit. I don't get why Ben Simmons is guarding him. I mean, I really don't. I just don't get. At this point, I know his shot making has just been ridiculous too, but I don't get why Jimmy's not guarding. I've never seen this from Jimmy either. I've never seen Jimmy not guard the best wing player on the opposite teams. On the opposite team, I've just never seen it. Not saying he's gonna stop him, but I think that he's a little smarter, a little bit more wittier defender than Ben Simmons is. I mean, Ben Simmons is basically just relying on size. Mm-hmm. He's not winning the strength battle with Kawhi at all, and he's able to get wherever he wants on the floor. So I don't like that from a defensive standpoint from them. But Embiid's numbers are just trash. Downright trash. And you know what? He's been playing trash all playoffs. He's had 2 good games.
Yeah.
He's had 2 good games in these playoffs, even versus Brooklyn.
Yeah.
2 good games. He had 1 game versus Brooklyn where he had 31. He had the 31-point game. Yeah. And then he just had the 33-point game. Game 3 of this series. He's got 4 games where he hasn't scored 20. Mm-hmm. And then he's had another 3 games where he didn't score his average of 28 a game. So he's not even playing average basketball from the regular season.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been bad, man. It's been bad. I mean, I don't want to hear any excuses.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing.
I don't want to hear.
Sick.
I'm tired of excuses from every team at this point. I mean, it seems like everybody got excuses. Refs, injuries, bugs. You know, whatever, man. Like at some point in time, you got to realize that there's a lot on the line.
Just play through that shit.
And you got to play through it. And you got to play like it, too. You know, you got to play hard. I mean, they were talking about Embiid's body language yesterday, NBA, TNT. Okay. They said he come in the arena looking like that. Like he had no injury. He had no energy. His head was down. His shoulders were shrugged. Like, you already defeated at that point.
Yeah.
You already defeated.
You can't. Embiid, as we all know, likes to talk a lot of trash.
Yeah.
Dude, you gonna talk that much trash, you can't wait till playoff time to lay an egg like this. Like, he talks. Their main nucleus has been awful.
God awful.
Simmons had a few good games.
When?
Against Brooklyn. But outside of that, awful. This series, awful. Like, there's no excuse.
But we also called it, too. I mean, we called it. I mean, the Raptors match up really, really well with them. Like, really well. Like, and they matched up exactly how we thought they would. They got Kawhi on Simmons. They got Kawhi on Simmons. They got Lowry on Redick. They got Gasol matching up with Embiid. The one game Embiid went off was the game that they tried to get Ibaka more minutes. Yeah. And then he's just too big for Ibaka. And then they actually made the greatest switch of the series. They made the greatest adjustment of the series. They started playing Ibaka and Gasol together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was really big. They gave up, the game that the Embiid went off, they gave up so many offensive rebounds that they just basically said that we're just going to go big. We're either going to keep Siakam and Gasol on the floor together, or we're going to keep Ibaka and Gasol on the floor together, or we're going to keep Ibaka and Siakam on the floor together. Like, we're never going to go smaller than that.
That's tough. Let me ask you this. You're a defensive guy. You talked about Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
The man leads the postseason in offensive charges drawn. It's deflections. And there's another stat that I'm forgetting right now. He is first in all of those categories. Mm-hmm. How you feel about that?
You got to do something. And so he's always been a good defender. Some of those charges, I'm not a huge fan of the charge call now, because a lot of those charges is like when a player jumps up to pass the balls, you can slide under them real quick, come down, they come on you, it's a charge. Or like if you coming down the court, you dribbling, you done pass the ball, and you like your momentum is gonna carry you forward, it's a charge. But outside of that, and I was gonna highlight that, like I did say before the series started, like in order for Toronto to win, I felt like Lowry would have to outplay Simmons, and he has outplayed Simmons every game.
It ain't been hard.
It hasn't been hard. Like that is the sad part about it. It hasn't been hard at all. Like he's outplayed Simmons mainly in the first quarter. Like he'll get
Last game.
he'll
Especially
come
last
out
game.
like, you know what I'm saying, and score his points early.
He had the first 8 last game.
Yeah, and then he'll just like he finished the game 5, he finished with 19. So he scored 8 in the first. He scored their first 8, and then he just picks his spots to score again. Like even the game where he scored 20, that was a game they lost because he turned the ball. He had a horrible turnover at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
But he hit like 2 or 3 big baskets for him to keep them close in the game. So where I've been critical of Kyle Lowry for being average to me in the playoffs, he's been better than Simmons. And I said in order for Toronto to win, he would have to outplay Simmons. I didn't think Simmons would be this
Bad.
ineffective. Like he doesn't, like sometimes it's like he comes down and he might drive and doesn't even look to the basket. Like he just looks lost. And his confidence in shot is shot. Like he doesn't even look to it. I know he's not gonna shoot a jump shot, but
Sometimes it's better to take it, man.
yeah, or even give that look that you about to take.
Yeah, man. And another stat that I saw before we move on to the next series was with Lowry. They showed his playoff numbers. I think he's averaging like 12 and like 8.
Mm-hmm.
If he averaged that last year, we would be talking so bad about him because of the way their team was built.
Yeah.
That's how deep Toronto is this year. He only got the average, he's just got to play steady, not turn the ball over. Because he's really like the third, and some nights he might even be their 4th best player. You know what I'm saying? So,
But I think when you have Kawhi with the output that Kawhi is giving you,
take a load off.
absolutely
Take a load off. He's playing out his mind.
out of his mind.
That's not speaking of Kawhi. A lot of people he's been clutch. But we've had some stupid comparisons, idiotic, comparing him to Kobe Bean. Twofold, talking about clutch moments. Let me read this, man. I saved that on my phone, man. I was a little upset by this. You know what I'm saying? Clutch time in the playoffs. Kobe, 40% from the field, 23% from 3, 107 made field goals out of 270. Kawhi, 46% from the field, 48 from 3, 26 made field goals on 57 attempts. Dude. The man took 270 clutch shots. Dude.
That's a lot of that.
Dude.
Either that's a lot of
Don't
shots
talk-
or that's a lot of games.
Dude, both, okay? And in crunch time. Don't talk to me about nobody else having more clutch performances and they only took 50 sets. That's almost 300. That's all I can say about that.
I'm not even going to entertain it.
It was idiotic.
I'm not even going
That's
to.
about the worst sports take I've ever heard.
Oh my God! Did you see Stephen A. Smith and Jay Williams asked him? He said,
Walked off.
"Name me those moments." Max could not name.
Because we don't know them.
Oh, like
We don't. There is no. So Kawhi hit a big shot game
I was game
4.
Yeah.
Okay, like
People ready to like.
and this is the thing I hate about like social media or the media now. Like we want to crown people so fast. Like we live so far in the moment that we forget so many of the good things that our history has given us.
Dude.
Like Kobe has given us some great clutch moments. He's given us some bad ones when he first came in the league. I give you that, but he's given us some great clutch moments.
Dude, this is what happens. In 5, you said it. There is no LeBron in the playoffs.
I don't even think it's the fact because
People are forgetting. Now they're saying I saw somebody say that LeBron not even like a top 5 player in the league right now.
oh my god,
Seriously, like
This is the thing.
this, like people are saying this now. They're saying like KD, all the focus is on KD this postseason with no LeBron. So they're like, oh, he's the best player in the league. Kawhi's next.
but so I'm gonna go back to KD. I'm gonna touch on that. I think Steve Kerr put that to bed, right? With KD being the best player in the league, because he made a comment and said KD they asked him about like KD and Mike, and he said KD is playing with better players than Mike ever played with. Like so,
More
it's
weapons, yeah.
yeah, but it's that's the truth, and so it's easy for KD, who is 7 foot tall and can shoot the ball, to be unstoppable when you have two of arguably the greatest shooters to ever play the game on opposite side of you. Yes, you're going to be the best player. Yes.
Yes.
This is the no LeBron effect. I'm 100% on train with that. I mean, I heard somebody in the first game say that Kawhi Leonard moves look like Michael Jordan's moves.
Oh my God.
Who said that? I forgot who
Like
said
this
that.
is
man.
this is a for real thing, y'all. Like this is the no LeBron effect. They have nobody to compare to the greats, so they have to force feed comparisons. Like this is 100% all due to LeBron not being in the postseason. I am telling you all this. Like
we don't need this no more.
Norman Powell.
you know what's crazy though? What's crazy though?
Norman Powell said it. That's who said it.
But you know what's crazy to me though? So they talked about the whole Kawhi thing, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't even have to look anything up. First thought I had when I saw Max Kellerman say that was that he must not remember that Kawhi Leonard missed 2 free throws to win to seal and win a NBA championship versus the Miami Heat. He does not remember that, and I'm like 2. He only had to make 1.
He missed both.
He only had to make 1. It was a 3-point game. He only had to make 1. He missed both of them. Led to the Ray Allen 3
Oh, well.
to tie the game. So I mean that
Short
that
memory,
pretty
man.
much just told me like, hey, like I don't even want to hear anything you talking about right now. Like
That's
you
what
know.
I'm saying. We living in the moment too much, man.
Yeah, man. It's
So-
just it's a shame though. It's a shame. But this is the changing of the guard though. It is. It really is. I mean, this is the changing of the guard. So be prepared about it. Like they're gonna start putting LeBron more and more lower on the totem pole.
But I don't see a changing of the guard, especially if KD leaves. If KD leaves, that microscope is going to get bigger for him to prove what happened in Golden State was not just a product of who you played with.
The thing is though, like he's eating so well over there right now. Like he's getting 40s like they're going out of style.
Oh
Like it's so easy right now that I don't see him leaving. I was thinking about this as I'm watching the last game. I'm like, dude, there's no way he can lead this. Like he got PJ Tucker on him, one of the best guards in the league, and he's murdering PJ Tucker, like murdering him. It doesn't matter who they put on him. He got it too easy. Clay's dad said the same thing about him. Why would he leave? He said, why would he leave? You know?
It's too easy.
Yeah, why would he leave? He got the easiest job in basketball.
Pat
Why would he leave?
Bell was on NBA TV. He said KD the best player in the league by a mile.
He said he's the toughest guard.
Say by a mile. Say because he went for the kill. And I'm gonna just leave that at that. We're gonna go right into the Denver and Portland series. It's been a good one.
Still that last game.
Yeah, that last game was a blowout. Game 3 was a quadruple overtime
Yeah.
win for Portland.
And he late for Dreas.
He did. It definitely did. Miles was ready to go. Hey, the man was still in his clothes from the day party. I'm dressed. He said, man, we've been watching this game. But the game was still going on. That was like the first overtime, wasn't it?
Yeah, y'all out there. It was still in the first OT, bro.
Like, the game went on so long when I checked, when they sent the alert for when the game was over, the app had messed up. It showed the score, then it showed that it said Denver wins, and then in the summary it showed Portland won. Like, they was confused. That's how long the game was going on.
Brother was tired.
But ever since that game, it seems like Portland has not regrouped. It seemed like Denver's had more energy.
Played a lot of minutes. McCollum played 67.
He went crazy.
No, Jokic played 60.
Yogi played 67. What did
McCollum played 60.
60?
60.
Played 60 minutes. I mean, Lillard probably played 60.
I think
If he
was
didn't,
like
he
50.
was close.
It was like 58.
What impressed me most was Denver coming back game 4, winning that game
Yeah.
on the road. And then coming back last night and just completely blowing
They
it.
just got more bodies.
Blowing them out.
They got more bodies.
They do.
Like that's why they're able to bounce back from that long game and keep playing with the same intensity that they had in game 3.
Yeah.
They play a lot of guys. And last night really showed Portland how thin Portland is in the front court.
Oh my God. I was glad you said that, bro.
I mean, Jokic is having his way. Like, if Kanter can't score, like, it's almost no point for him to be on the floor because he's not going to affect Jokic at all. They have no answer for Millsap.
Those are the two biggest mismatches.
They're trying to put Harkless on him now because Aminu's too thin.
Barbecue
That's
chicken.
not happening. They put ET on him last night. I was
Barbecue
like, I don't
chicken.
know what y'all thinking about that. But yeah, they just have no matchup. Even with the backups, man. Even when they put Plumlee in a game like Collins, Leonard, like, and Plumlee used to practice against them all the time when he was on Portland. So he's super comfortable with them. He knows he can outmuscle them. He knows he can jump higher than them. His confidence at the whole level. But yeah, they're just too thin in the front court. And then if Murray is gonna match what Lillard is putting out,
It's over with.
Good night. It's over with. They just don't have enough.
Y'all think it goes to a game 7?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Yes, I think so.
I hope it does too. I think was it Kenny Smith said Portland
2-7 game series for Denver.
2.
2. Yeah.
2. They're gonna be dead. If they get to the last round. I don't think they have a chance versus whoever. I don't care.
Oh, you don't think?
The Warriors or the Rockets. I don't think they have a chance.
I like them more against the Rockets. I think they got a chance.
I don't think they have a chance versus either.
Depending on how this Rockets, Golden State will go.
They ain't got a chance.
Versus the Rockets.
Not a
They ain't-
chance.
It might be a short series.
Oh
too.
man.
I can't say that, man. The Rockets, they
5 games. 5 games.
who's at home? Who would have? Denver would have home court. against
Denver
the
will
Rockets.
have home court against the Rockets.
5 games, y'all, versus any.
Nah, not against the
any one of
Rockets,
them.
man. The Rockets, all it takes is them not to make jumpers, and
5 games.
5 games.
Put me on record for saying.
you don't reckon.
If they make it out.
You
I
are
ain't got to
definitely
put you on your own.
Actually, I think both teams. It don't matter who come out the series. I think both teams gonna lose 5.
5, both teams.
I like Denver a lot.
Short series for both of those teams.
They match up much better with Houston, though,
Don't even matter.
especially Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Dang, you a Chris Paul hater.
No, man, this game has fell off tremendous. Eric Gordon has been safe. Who been their second best player?
He's 34 years old.
I'm just calling it what it is, though. He ain't got no ISO moves no more. They don't even let him run the point. Eric Gordon
never really had any ISO move. To be honest.
Eric
That was
Gordon
an
is-
ISO guard.
But Eric Gordon has been saving them.
He has been saving.
Like,
Absolutely.
he's been their second best player. At some point, Chris Paul, man, it might be the night. It might be the night. To shut me up.
Hopefully it is.
But he's got that D Wade when they were in Miami. We be waiting for Wade to have a game. Like, we don't need the game out of Wade. Like, Wade got to have a game.
Yeah.
He would have those 1 or 2 games where it'd be like, okay, they needed that game from Chris Paul in this series. Where he has to get like 23, 10 assists.
See, I don't think Paul needs to get 23.
It's gonna happen.
Never gonna be the high assist guy in this series.
No, I'm saying it's gonna have to
You
be
said
one
there's never
game.
going to be, or he's never going to be.
He's never going to be a high assist guy.
He's gonna have to have one game where he goes.
It's not gonna happen.
He gotta have to have a flashback night.
And just play too much isolation ball, and they do too much switching.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to hurt as far as the assists.
Man, 'cause
They-
don't have to
Golden
have
State does too much switching, and they are playing their 5. They are, and they are not afraid to even with Capella on the floor, they ain't afraid to switch.
Yeah.
I don't know. So he don't post up. He don't post up.
I mean, he ain't even threat catching a lot. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because they switch. They're switching everything. And Eric Gordon hasn't been playing any pick and roll basketball, so he hasn't been able to get Curry on him on the switch.
Yeah.
So
They've just been playing ISO basketball with Eric Gordon. Just straight up ISO. Like no pick and roll, no switching, like just you go at him.
Yeah,
And
just attack him
yeah.
off the bounce.
we're gonna go back to the Eastern Conference. So we got Milwaukee and Boston. They playing right now. Bucks are up 12, third quarter.
You already know I could wait for this game. I could wait for this one.
Dude, this has been.
They are 12 right now.
Dude, I'm so glad I didn't play a parlay in Vegas because I was gonna pick Boston both home games.
They lost both.
Took 2 L's. Yeah, me back to back.
They lost both of them.
They lost 3 in a row, man. They look terrible, man. It 1, 2, 3 Cancun.
Cancun. Let me get y'all a couple stats right here.
You wearing your green for Boston or Milwaukee?
Yeah, well, I'm confused with that green over
That
there.
look like Boston green right there.
It do.
A little lucky charm. You know, they finna win me some money.
Who
And
Boston?
it ain't because they win.
My God, it's been bad, man. It's been bad. They got Smart back. It don't matter. Y'all take it, man.
Smart out of shape. But
He's always been out of shape though.
so Boston won game 1. Giannis scored 22 points. He had 8 points in the paint. He was 5 of 10 from the free throw line, 3 for 5 from the 3-point line. The next 3 games, check this out: 29 points, 10 points in the paint, 13 for 18 from the free throw line, 2 for 4 from the 3-point line. Game 3, he scored 32 points, 16 points in the paint, 16 points at the free throw line. Game 4, he had 39 points,
Eating.
26 points in the paint, 7 points at the free throw line, and went 2 for 5 from the 3.
Eating.
They went, like, if you let Giannis get his feet in the paint, it's over with.
Eating.
He's going to score. He's either gonna score or he's gonna get fouled. On the reverse, you got your best player, the Celtics. I don't know if he's in a shooting slump. I don't know. I know they're making him see a crowd. They're making Kyrie see a crowd. Every shot Kyrie is taking is contested. Every one of them. Whether he's forcing it, whether he's within the floor of the offense, Kyrie is seeing multiple bodies in his face. Period. They're making him. They are turning him. He has to be a tough shot maker.
That's always been him.
No, but he's been a tough. But he hasn't made the tough shots this series. He was 12 for 21 the first game, 4 for 18 the second game, 8 for 22 the third game, 7 for 22 the fourth game. Kyrie ain't hitting them tough shots.
Maybe he isn't ready to be Batman.
Look like Robin. Like I was right. About damn time.
All right. But no, he definitely looked like he ain't ready.
All right, so I'm gonna put this out here. So this series is nothing about offense.
It's all about defense.
This series has been nothing about offense. This series has been all about defense, right? So the first game, Boston shuts down Giannis. They win the game, right?
Yep.
Second game, Kyrie gets shut down. Milwaukee wins.
Yep.
Third game, shut down Kyrie again. Milwaukee wins.
Yep.
Same thing with last game.
Yep.
Game 4. Shut down Kyrie. Milwaukee wins. All right. And here's another thing. So the game plan that the Celtics had against Giannis worked in game 1, didn't work in game 2, and they never changed it.
Never.
They're keeping Horford on them. They'll put some Baines on them at times. They kind of been going away from the Baines thing a little bit, but the Horford thing just isn't working. Like it isn't working. Like, and what's happening now is they're able to get stops, so they're able to get out in transition.
Yes.
So now he's going against other guys. Now he's going against going against Jaylen Brown some,
Tatum.
get a chance to go at Tatum, like because Horford can't get to him, and it's a wrap. Like you saw it last game. The end of that last game, right? Horford goes out the game, right? They get 4 straight layups. Literally, Milwaukee came back, possession, all layups, because they don't have anybody to keep anybody out the paint. Like they literally don't. Like, and the switching that Milwaukee should have been doing in game 1, they did in game 2, game 3, game 4, and I'm pretty sure they're doing it in today's game too, which takes Horford out the game. And it's similar to the Capella thing, right? So when they get switches on him, he don't want to post up. He don't want to post up the smaller guys. He don't demand double teams. So guess what? We'll live.
Yeah.
We'll live. And then they've been able to just try to get a hand up on Kyrie's layups, like, and he hasn't been making those layups that he normally makes, man. He's normally a fillet god, you know. He gets to the rim, he's left hand, he's right hand, he's with the body control, spin, English, like he just hasn't been making those, and that's had a lot to do with it. I mean,
And I think on the opposite side, and Ray touched on this, Bledsoe is gonna have to be big. Game 1, Bledsoe was piss poor. He's been solid ever since.
you know who's been saving him? No, not the last 2 games. The last 2 games, the guard who's been saving them has been George Hill.
Milwaukee's bench has been outstanding.
No, but when I'm saying Bledsoe he's been attacking Kyrie. So you know he's forcing Kyrie to play defense, which Kyrie hasn't been a stout defender. He's not a good defender. He's alright.
He hasn't been bad. He hasn't killed them.
Who
Bledsoe.
hasn't killed Boston?
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm saying he hasn't he's played well enough to where I feel like
he played well in game 2 and game 3.
Yeah.
But in game 4, he didn't finish the game.
Yeah.
He didn't finish the game with George Hill. George Hill was dynamite, shot making. Even this game, like he started off this game really well too.
Yeah.
But I do want to make one point. Do you got something to say
No,
real quick? I do want to make one point. I think too many people are putting the blame on Kyrie. I really do. Honestly do. Like,
He's the guy though. That's what come with it.
I'm gonna say this. So they got a guy in their team who's the highest paid player on the team, all right, that they signed in the offseason. I understand that he got hurt first game of the season. But he had 2 points last game. 2 points.
See, I believe he got the bait.
But see, I think
he got 7 tonight.
Oh wow, what did he do? 7.
Got 7.
So he's got 7. And so he had 2 points, played 27 minutes.
yeah.
Right.
27 minutes, had 2 points. And nobody says a thing. Like, come on, if that was any other team, like he's making $31 million this year.
Yeah.
He can't have a game like that. He can't
Now,
have a game like that.
let me ask this question: is it more him, or is it more the flow of the offense?
I'm just gonna say a little bit of both. I feel like he takes away from a lot of the other players' offense when he is in the game because they do kind of force feed him the ball. They do want him to get going. They do want him to dribble drive. They do want him to be aggressive. So he takes away from the Tatums, the Browns, the Roziers. And we all know Rozier's only going to play probably 15 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of takes away from his 15 or 20 minutes to be effective. So he probably only has about 8 minutes to truly be effective. But really, to be honest with you, like, this has been their downfall all year. Gordon Hayward has been their downfall all year. I will continue to say it. You said it when we first talked about the season. Do they have too many guys?
Too many.
Do they have too many guys? And the answer is yes. Because his 25 to 30 minutes a game takes away from Jaylen Brown, where he only plays 24, 25 minutes. Tatum barely gets to 30. Rozier is only going to play 15, 20 minutes. Smart probably is the only guy on the team, role player-wise, on the wing, who minutes are always solidified. It's because he knows the system. Coach loves him. He's been there. Like, the coach knows what he's going to get out of Smart.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the ball in his hands all the time, too, as well. He's going to be out there playing great defense. But take those 30 minutes off the plate. So say Gordon Hayward plays 28 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take those 20 minutes, put them back to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're talking about Jaylen Brown getting 30. Talking about Tatum probably playing 33, 34.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about Rozier maybe playing 22,
Mhm.
24 minutes. And let's go back to last year, right? Gordon Hayward's getting hurt in the first game of the year. They lose the next game. Do y'all remember how many games they won in a row after that?
It was like 10 or 11.
15.
Oh, dang.
They started off the year 23-5
Oh, wow.
without Gordon Hayward last year.
I was with Kyrie, right?
And that was with Kyrie. And everybody, a lot of people are doubting his leadership, which I'm pretty sure you're about to get into next. But how can you doubt his leadership when he led you all to a 23-5 start last year, and you had a 2 seed
Yeah.
last year? And then, to be honest with you, they finished the year when Kyrie got hurt 9-8.
Yeah.
Like, so
He was needed.
yes, he was needed. I understand they made a big run. They made a big run in the playoffs. They played hard. They played together.
One game from the finals, man.
A big part of that was them having home court.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people forget that, right?
Yes.
They had home court every round because they were 2 seed and they never saw Toronto. Like, they had home court every single round. So, and that's how they won. I mean, because they didn't win any road games during the Milwaukee series, I don't believe, because that series went 7.
No, they didn't.
They didn't win any road games. They won 1 in Philly. I remember that game. They were down 20 and came back and won that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Cleveland
They didn't win-
series,
they
they
didn't
didn't
win
win any road games there.
Nope.
So that was a big factor in them making that run. But
So let me ask this. because I want to stay where you at right now, right? If you're a coach, Brad Stevens, and you know, okay, yes, we're paying Hayward $31 million. We're playing him about close to 30 minutes a game. He's not being productive. Are you able to go to front office and say, look, he's not cutting it. We gotta go with the guys that's gonna get it. Because even the name you left out was the Morris twin, Marcus.
Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot
And
about
Marcus probably been the most consistent player this series, right?
agree.
So he's even cutting into his minutes. So my thing is, I'm with you. Like Kyrie is, and I say this, Kyrie is gonna take the blame because he is the face, he is the star, he's the superstar on the team. But as a coach, you got to know when a player don't have it, and you got to be real with that player and say, hey, listen, man, if you not, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you ain't giving me nothing, if you ain't showing me nothing in these 5 minutes, you come and sit right back by me. Because it doesn't make sense to keep running him out there, trying to force him the ball, trying to run the offense through him. If he's not giving you anything.
I agree.
He ain't creating for nobody. He ain't hitting no shots.
He just out there.
He just
he
out there.
exercised.
Yeah, he just out
So-
there exercising.
I looked at Kyrie's only got 1 assist tonight.
So what?
He's good as gone.
Shoot the leather off of.
Hey, he's gone. You hear me? When you said go to the front office, hey, ain't no need. Hayward's still gonna be there. Kyrie's gone.
Oh, he don't care.
Yeah,
He
And
don't care.
who's gonna trade for Hayward? He's
Nobody.
averaging 3 points in the postseason.
Hey,
Like,
Kyrie is gone.
Well, Cleveland wants to trade for him.
For
Cleveland?
Gordon Hayward. Yeah.
Gordon Hayward, yeah, I love that.
God bless him.
Y'all know Dan Gilbert wanted to sign Gordon Hayward
God bless him.
Yeah.
before LeBron came back.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Kyrie's as good as gone. He's out of there.
What's
76-60.
So my thing next is what's next for Boston, right? All right. So the good is gone. So the good is gone out the playoffs right now,
Yeah.
unless they make a miraculous comeback. So Kyrie's a free agent. All right. Now, all right, if they don't get Kyrie and they still trying to trade for Anthony Davis, the Pelicans got to ask for the house, right?
they got to?
Hey.
I mean, they got to. I mean, they're literally now at their mercy. Like they're literally now at their mercy now. And that was the thing with the Pelicans, right? Like the Pelicans, like they didn't want to trade with the Lakers. They thought they could get a better deal package from the Celtics. But say Kyrie's not there next year. Like, does Anthony Davis take them off his list now?
Yeah, I
Like-
think so.
Like it's like,
I think so.
why would he go there? Like, and they're gonna trade Tatum. They're gonna trade Brown probably.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna sign and trade with Rozier. Like Rozier's probably not gonna be there either. Like they're gonna want Rozier in the trade too.
You saying the Pelicans are?
Yes, absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
But if I'm Boston, I'm not giving it up. I'm not.
And then they're not getting them then. So
Because my thing is, just looking at the landscape of the team, if I'm Boston, I'm more willing to trade Gordon Hayward than I am any of my young pieces. Any of them.
yeah, I mean salary wise, yeah, you want
No, not even just salary, just like the output. And I understand like Gordon didn't play 1 year because of injury, but this year, you know, he hasn't looked the way he looked in Utah at all. Yes, I understand he's coming off injury, but you got to think of the salary and where is your offense gonna come from next year? Like, and if Kyrie isn't there, the next person that falls in line has to be Tatum, right? So can I run Tatum and Hayward together? Like, you have to ask yourself that. Is that gonna work? Or am I more apt to running Tatum and Brown together? And because I've seen Tatum, Brown, and Rozier do it together, and I've seen them do it in the playoffs, and I've seen them do it for an extended stretch of time a year ago. So do I bank on that and just become, like you said before we even started recording, they traded away a lot of the players that made them who they were when they were the number 1 seed, when they were winning, when IT was doing this thing. You know, they traded away. But do I try to recreate that, right? Or do I move in a completely different direction? And if I'm trading away the house for Anthony Davis, I need to know for a fact that we are going to be contenders. And I need to know that Anthony Davis is going to re-sign for a long time. I'm not giving away my young pieces plus draft picks for a 1 year thing. No.
All right, so real quick.
Yeah.
I know I like to throw my boys in. I like to throw my boys out there sometimes. You know, we ain't. You know, we don't have too much to talk about them now. So do they?
Come on, I'm waiting. I'm
Do they
ready.
become the
I'm
leaders?
ready. Now, Anthony
in
Davis
the
will be
NBA?
a Los Angeles Laker next year. Let's
Like,
just cut the shit. Cut the shit, okay? And so while we at it, Kyrie Irving is a great prospect to be a Los Angeles Laker next year because if they're going to trade for AD, you can guarantee Lonzo's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Okay, so we got Kyrie, LBJ, and AD.
I'm not even going to get excited.
Come on, baby.
I'm not going to get excited.
It makes sense, bro.
I will say this. I'm like,
Man, dude, that's tough.
it's a possibility.
Dude,
Oh, it's definitely a possibility.
It's a possibility.
he's not going to go to Boston and they're not contenders, especially if they got to trade the house for him.
Yeah, which
And
they
then-
will. Which they will. They will. I mean, they will. Boston will have to trade the house for him. They're literally at the power of mercy now.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they are.
They would have to.
To get Anthony Davis, yes, but I don't think they're like solely at their mercy. I think that Boston to me, I still believe Boston has the upper hand because I have the pieces that you want. So again, like I said, this comes back to Ainge, where Ainge has to look and say, okay, do I want to keep what I have and give that another run for a year before I start moving and making moves? Because he still got picks. Tatum is what? This is Tatum. This would be Tatum's third year.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be Brown's what? Third year as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I at least got them for at least another
Will be
year.
Brown's fourth year.
It'll be Brown's fourth year.
So he'll be up. Yeah, he'll be up
Okay.
this year.
So I got Brown for another year, right? I got Tatum for 2 years,
And they got a payroll year this year.
and they got a payroll year. I still got Smart. I still got Horford. And they got what, 3 picks? Potentially 3 picks in this draft?
I know it's 2 for sure. They might have a third one.
Plus their own, right?
No. So they have one. For sure they have their own, and then they have one other one, which is the Clippers pick. Cause
What about the Memphis pick?
I don't. It was protected, so it depends on what happens.
That's what I'm
next week.
saying. They
Yeah,
could
depends on
potentially
what
have 3 picks.
Yeah, I think Memphis pick will be high enough to where they'll keep it though.
Memphis will.
Yeah. They kind of fell in the standards at the end. It's gonna be tough though.
It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough.
It's going to the Lakers.
Uh,
Aaron Griffin is in the front office now for the Pelicans. Come on, man. He about to throw Bron that favor. Come on, man. You crazy. Come on, man. Come on, man. We rolling with the winners, baby.
We'll see.
Come on, man. And we got... Dude, yeah, he's going to do the Lakers, bro. He's going to do the Lakers. Soon as... It's going to happen, man.
Soon as what?
Soon as he...
July 1st.
It's going to happen.
So let me ask this. Does the trade happen during the draft or does it happen during free agency?
Oh, that's a good one. I think that trade...
Normally the trades happen between either the draft and free agency. Like they normally never happen like after free agency.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question.
It seems like to know like where their salary is and where they're gonna be at.
Let me ask this question. Does Kyrie need to let Boston know of his decision before Boston attempts to make a... Like, can Boston wait for a Kyrie decision before trying to make a move? Or do they need to make a move and then get Kyrie's decision?
Ainge don't wait on nobody.
Yeah.
He don't wait on nobody. He gonna make his decisions how he wants to make his decisions.
Okay.
Like, he ain't waiting on nobody.
Huh?
No.
I think that's...
And to be honest with you, they might just be like they might not offer him. You know, what if they just say, hey, we're moving on, moving in a new direction. We give him Rozier the
No.
extension.
I'm not saying making an offer to Kyrie. I'm saying to try to trade for Anthony Davis. Do you wait to see what Kyrie does, or do you just say
Well, they have to wait because of the salary. Because salaries now. Because if they re-sign Kyrie, come on now, you know,
Yeah.
they got his bird rights. You know, Kyrie gonna be asking for some money. Anthony Davis already making $30 million, and they got Hayward up. They had Hayward on for 31. They would have to either trade Horford, which is gonna be tough because he's making like 28 million. So
Yeah, that's all the way down. AD to LA, Kyrie to LA. Come Come on, man.
They off the sticks now. So
Come
yeah,
on,
this is
man.
not over with.
Come
Let's
on,
go.
man.
82-62.
I'll stop looking.
Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Let's talk about the second game of the doubleheader that comes on tonight. Golden State and Houston. Series tied at 2 apiece. Man, that's what we've been wanting. The rematch. That's what they say, D'Antoni say, run it back.
Yeah,
Run it
boy, it's
back.
the rematch.
Dude, point out a couple players we talked about earlier. Eric Gordon he's been playing well all playoffs. All playoffs.
Yeah, dynamite for them.
Right? Harden, hey man, he's doing exactly what he was doing in the regular season. Right? Stepping up his game, he's giving you 36, between 36, 38 a night. And last game they had a lot of balance. I think they had like five or six players in double figures.
PJ Tucker was real big.
Yeah.
17 and 10, I believe.
Curry's been struggling. KD's been decent. He's been
Yeah,
decent.
more than decent.
He's been decent. He's been decent. He ain't going crazy like in the last series, so I gotta say he's been decent.
I mean, I don't know how decent the numbers. His numbers been.
He's been decent, you know. But he's not the reason. Like KD's been keeping him in it. He's been the guy they've been going to, right?
That's the problem.
Steph, oh my God, man, is missing dunks,
Layups.
got his wife in the news with the comments.
Right, you gonna go there?
I'm just saying, man, there's a lot going on in this Curry family household right now. All right,
We're not doing
all
that.
right. So I mean, you know,
Leave Polo Aisha.
hey, somebody needs some attention. Curry, hey, you better get it together.
Here we go.
All right. So what? Game 5 tonight. It goes. Oh.
Klay Thompson been playing bad.
Hey,
He missed a lot of open shots last game.
man, look,
I
what's going on, man? What's going
what
on?
was Golden State's calling card a couple years ago?
Strength in numbers.
They don't got the numbers. They don't got the numbers. They do not have, like, their bench has given them zero production. Zero. So they have to play, like I know Five always talks about it's the playoffs, you got to play your stars at least 40 minutes. Like, they got to play, Golden State has to play the Hampton 5 40 minutes.
Yep, that's what you should. That's why you control minutes all year long.
But no, I mean, I don't, it's not working in, like, I don't want to say it's not working in their favor because Curry can get hot, Klay can get hot, and of course, it's like, it's a beautiful thing. But when Curry is struggling, Klay is struggling, and they're playing that many minutes, it's not work. It hasn't worked for them the last 2 games. Now,
Well, they've been within a shot of winning like
both games.
both games. Yeah,
But they've also had to work to come back in both games.
absolutely.
The other thing I'm gonna say, and I agree with Booth when he said this, is I think the issue is they might be letting KD run the offense a little too much. That it takes Klay and Curry out of rhythm. And maybe that's what Houston wants. Like, maybe they're like, okay, we want KD to get his numbers, but we'll stop Klay and we'll stop Curry. And we'll live with the result. Like, if KD is going to beat us 1 versus 5, we'll live with that. Because, I mean, to this point, KD and Harden have equaled each other's output.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been the others that have helped Houston win the game. And they're getting production out of their bench. Like you said, Eric Gordon has stepped up.
Rivers had a decent game.
Rivers had a decent game. PJ Tucker stepped up. Shump game 3. Shump hit a couple. He was like 3 for 5 from the 3-point line.
Game 4, he hit a couple too.
He hit a couple in game 4. They also Houston has also set Gerald Green. He ain't played as much
Yeah, he shouldn't.
because he be taking some horrible threes.
It's not his series.
He be taking. Look, some of them threes. It's like a ball hit his hand and he just let it go.
Oh yeah, they tell him to do it though.
Nah.
Analytics.
He been sitting down. Nene was playing the first 2 games. He hasn't. I haven't seen him much the last 2 games, if at all.
Oh,
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like they were trying. I think Houston was trying to get a little. I don't want to say cute, but they were playing outside of themselves. The last 2 games they played within themselves. D'Antoni was like, okay, look, let me shorten my bench. Let me play the guys that I know can do what I need them to do. And they've been doing that. But Livingston ain't giving them nothing.
See, I think what's really going on is why they're running so much offense through Durant is that the initial actions that they run for Clay and Curry.
I guard it.
Yeah, they're switching a lot of it. They're not hitting the slip screens as much. Like they're communicating on defense. Like Houston's communication has been pretty good. They got a lot of slip screens, a lot of layups. You saw Draymond get a lot of layups and dunks in game 1 and game 2. A couple lobs to Iguodala in game 1 and game 2. But as the great Shaquille O'Neal likes to say, great teams handle business at home, and then great teams handle business at home. You say all right, they won their first 2 at home. We coming back home. We got to win our next 2. So same thing now. I mean, you got to look at Golden State now. You got to look at see if they come home. This is why you play in the regular season, right? You play hard in the regular season to have home court in the playoffs. All right, to have your crowd behind you. So miscommunications do happen because that's when the miscommunications on defense happen. Crowd's loud, can't hear guys say switch, screen, and then it only take 1 second. And then the slip screen's open and there's a dunk. So, I mean, so that's, it's home court. So they do what they have to do. I mean, great teams, they got great players over there, man. James Harden's a great player. I mean, I still don't think he's literally playing all that great. He's making shots when he needs to make shots, but they're making him a high value shooter, which they continue to want to do, and they'll live with the results, But you can't let PJ Tucker get 17.
Yeah.
You can't let Austin Rivers come on the bench and get 9, 11. You can't let Eric Gordon get 30. You can't let that happen. So they'll have to tighten up on that end. But it's going to be hard, man. I mean, got 2 good teams.
To your point, with they bench, the past few years, Golden State, we've seen them have. I mean, we can talk about the early start when they first started winning ships. They had the Barbosas.
Yep.
Right? Was it the David Lees when he came off the bench?
Yep.
They've had
Livingston.
Who else am I missing? Iggy was coming off the bench. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Oh, David West.
Yep.
They don't have
They had Patrick McCaw.
They don't have
defense was concerned.
any of that right now.
No.
So just I don't think their bench, I was just looking at the box scores, they haven't scored over maybe 10 points, 10, 11 points. Might be the max that they've had.
And that's what I'm saying. And think about it. I think
he scored all that.
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Last game, Looney had 7 points.
Yeah.
They bench scored maybe 11 points, and Looney had 7 at it. Livingston is giving them nothing.
I agree. He looks
Older, man.
Yeah, he looks
Older,
old,
man.
He looks old.
But you know what?
He's 34 years old.
So let me ask this:
33, 34.
Is it that Livingston looks older, or have teams stopped allowing Livingston to get that running start to his spot where you no longer can?
He's just not even assertive anymore. They used to run post plays for him. He really not looking to post up anymore. Because he obviously had height advantage on a lot of guards. He handled the ball more. He's not handling the ball anymore. He's just not he's not looking very assertive this year.
Father time. Undefeated.
Yeah, he's 33, 34, man. Livingston.
Livingston-
Class 04.
He been with Golden State.
Peoria Finals.
What's that? He been with Golden State for about 7 years now?
Yeah, he's been through the entire run.
Hey, will Ben Simmons be the next Sean Livingston, or will he ever develop a jump shot?
He gonna have to get one. He shouldn't talk trash to anybody.
Yeah, he's so strong and so athletic though. Sean never filled out.
Because he tore his knee up.
He wasn't gonna fill out anyways. If you ever seen Sean, he was a toothpick.
Oh yeah,
he wasn't gonna fill out. But
I'm
Simmons
just saying,
Simmons is a physical specimen.
But what I'm saying, Livingston never developed a jump shot. He was 5 feet in.
Oh, no,
He got a mid-range.
He got a little mid-range.
Elbow.
Not gonna
elbow.
Y'all show me, please show me.
When he killed the Cavs that one game, he had 20, a dub off the bench.
Saying all the mid-range.
What? Mid-range?
Y'all show me that.
What dunks you see him getting?
Who lives?
Yeah,
I ain't saying dunks. I'm just talking about
mid-range assassin.
I'm just talking about that little 5 foot. Y'all hit a little 5 foot.
Between 5 and 12 feet.
Yeah,
That's it.
Y'all show me them highlights.
He had a little mid-range. You got it.
Y'all show me them highlights.
Man, look him up.
What's your team? What's going to tell you?
Look him up. They right next to Dr. J. Johnson.
Don't disrespect Peoria Finals. Hey, be respectful, man. Be respectful.
So who wins tonight?
We're going to continue with the home team.
Go with the whole team.
That's the trend.
Clay dropping 40 tonight. He ain't be shooting bad too much longer.
Clay dropping 40.
Nah, you know a game Clay gonna go off.
Game 6.
He always go off game 6. Like he a game 6 assassin.
Game 6.
So this might be the Curry.
No,
night.
this ain't Curry game.
This might be the Curry.
This
night.
mine ain't in it.
Aisha. Hey, he ain't. No,
This mine ain't in
I'm
it.
saying, man, Curry ain't in it.
What was the lyrics, man?
Aisha.
I know the song. But
I'm saying.
the vocals.
Hey,
man.
it happens. I've been partying too hard. Hey, I want to go with the Rockets. But
I'm not picking him.
you know what?
If you was in Vegas, who would you pick?
Who got
All my Vegas picks were wrong.
All of them.
So yeah, if you picking the Rockets, then
So that means I should pick. If I was in Vegas, I would pick Golden State.
Okay.
So I'm going with the Rockets because all my picks were wrong. And you know who's gonna have a big game today?
Who?
CP3. It's got to
Yeah,
have
it's
one,
about time.
man.
waiting on it.
Wait, he's gonna have one. He's gonna have one game where it's gonna be like 23-10.
I think that's gonna be the game they lose.
Oh.
It's gotta happen. I'm gonna say CP3 tonight. And I'm gonna go with Houston. Man,
Good series though.
go with Houston.
It's a good series. I'm not going with you.
You gotta go say.
I don't have anybody. They got a good game.
Come on.
I'm gonna take you to go with the whole team.
You going with
I'm going with a good game.
Going with the big
Yeah,
game.
Houston got lucky last game. They had 2 great shots.
Wide.
And they
Open.
And I
Aaron
get
Curry's wasn't that wide open.
And I get Curry's one wide open. 2 good looks. I say good looks. He said wide open.
Durant was
The rest
wide.
wide open.
Oh,
Wide open. Yeah.
Yo,
boy,
can
that
we,
man.
James Harden, can you make both free throws?
Yeah.
Can you do that? Cecilia, you saw what Jamal Murray did it in game 4?
And then CP3 walked up there and missed the first
Come
one.
on, man. Like free throws. You see Jamal
You
Murray.
need to be a shooting coach.
Nah, man, I'm just saying, man. Jamal Murray went up there and knocked down. Was it 4 free throws at the end of game
Yeah,
4?
4.
There's no
Water,
seal.
too.
Seal.
Water.
Ice in his veins.
Hey,
That dude as a super, as
What'd you
tall as
say?
superstar.
What'd you say when they go on
ice
there?
the game.
What'd you say when the shot go out there?
I don't know
The
what.
shot was draws.
It was draws. Murray stuff wasn't hitting no rim. Like,
No.
you don't put your team in positions like that to give up those open looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you a former MVP of the league. Like, make the damn free throws, bro. You at
You
home.
talking about Harden?
You at home.
Harden
Yeah, Chris
reigning
Paul,
MVP.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Chris
I'm
Paul.
gonna tell you right now, they did not want that game to go in OT. They had
Hell
no
no.
momentum. They had no momentum.
0.
That would have been like a
And-
Cleveland game 1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It would have been just like that.
And Curry had
just
30.
like that.
And
Yeah.
Curry had 30. So
Yeah.
Curry might have got going in overtime.
He had just got going a little bit too.
I just saw that interview after that Cleveland game when they were dudes asking him questions to LeBron. He just kept getting mad. He was like, I don't know what he was thinking, bro. He was like, I don't know. I'm not inside the JR's head.
Yeah,
And he kept asking the same
those
question
questions
just in
were
different ways. And Bron, hey, be better tomorrow.
Yeah, those questions
He
were
grabbed
good.
his briefcase
Hey,
and
grab
walked
his-
out.
put his glasses on.
Had them shorts on with the suit.
Be better tomorrow.
Be better tomorrow.
Yeah. That's what he told him. Be better tomorrow. It's time for go talk.
All right.
It's time for go talk, man.
Yeah.
The game starts in 18 minutes.
Oh, let's go.
Game starts in
Let's get it.
18 minutes, Jay.
We gotta
Turn on lights.
Hey, we make it good time,
We
yeah.
make a good time. All right, here we go. Got a little baseball for y'all tonight. I did a little switch up with the Go Talk. A little switch up. Y'all see when you figure out who it is, if you can figure it out. All right, player A has 248 wins, 154 losses, a career ERA of 3.69. They have pitched 3,495.1 innings. They have pitched 38 complete games. They have 3,007 strikeouts. They're a 6-time All-Star, an ALCS MVP. They won a World Series, and they also won a Cy Young. Player B has 209 wins, 124 losses, 3.38 ERA. Has pitched 2,809.1 innings. Has 2,766 strikeouts, 24 complete games, 7-time All-Star, ALCS MVP, World Series, Cy Young, ERA title, Rookie of the Year, Triple Crown, Major League Player of the Year, and was an MVP.
Play John Smoltz.
Not at all.
No, it's not. It's CC Sabathia.
Yes.
And player B, can you read some of that off again?
Right, where do you want me to start? 209 wins, 124 losses, 3.38 ERA.
Roger Clemens.
Not at all. 2,766 strikeouts.
David Wells.
2,809.1 innings pitched. 24 complete games. 7-time All-Star. ALCS MVP. World Series. Cy Young.
Yes, MVP.
ERA title. Rookie of the Year. Triple Crown. Major League Player of the Year. And
MVP.
an MVP. No.
I mean,
How
all
many
Yankees
strikeouts
pitchers
again?
gotta be some of the Yankees, right?
2,766. No. Somebody on the Yankees.
All right, that's a lot of good pitches.
I don't know who it is.
Oh, Verlander.
Yes.
Jason Verlander been leading.
Justin Verlander.
CC.
CC versus Justin.
That's easy. It's not. But I'm gonna go with Justin.
Why?
Dang, you ain't gotta
You see how quick he said it?
You ain't saying it so
I
quick.
heard it. I heard the stats. Go with Justin.
Well, I don't know.
Go with Justin.
And you better look at CC numbers, brother.
We get sold to.
CC pitched the Milwaukee Brewers into the playoffs. And he was only there 11 games. 12.
CC fell off though a little bit.
CC fell off.
He overweight.
Goof, you just saying that to get us out of here.
Yeah.
You know, he's slick.
It
You
might
just saying
go.
that to get us out of here.
It might go with Justin, man. The right-handed Detroit Tiger.
He got no hitters too.
Who?
Verlander.
Yeah.
CC has had a couple like down years recently.
See?
He was injured.
9-12 one year, 6-10 another.
Might have been right, guys. Might have been,
Oh.
might have been the bird. The Birdlanders.
14-13 another year.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What is you on, man?
Think about it. Think about it.
He got an MVP under his belt.
Got an MVP.
Who?
Verlander.
MVP too.
I'm gonna have to go with Verlander.
Yeah, they both really, they got some really good careers, actually. ERA 338.
5-time strikeout leader.
Doing that. Yes.
On that gas.
I should know because he was killing the White Sox.
Killing the White Sox for years. Killing y'all with ease.
You can't even see.
Hey, bro, chill though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say it like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Killing y'all.
Yeah, you look
With ease.
aggressive with that.
With ease.
We swept the hell one
Bird.
What year was that?
It's for another show.
02?
It was a while ago.
Oh, okay.
We swept the hell though.
20 years ago?
He was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Did you pitch one of those games?
I'm gonna have to go with Verlander.
Berglander?
He's a little bit more accomplished.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Verlander too. Actually, I like CC.
Wait, did it say Triple Crown?
Yeah.
Oh.
I said that. I told you.
Ain't nothing like seeing it though.
He said he doesn't like CC.
Ain't nothing like seeing it though. We trying to make a decision.
He's got what? 1, 2, 3, 4,
2 no
6,
hitters.
7, 8.
AL strikeout leader 5 times. 7-time All-Star. ALCS MVP. Triple Crown. Cy Young.
I thought that was pretty clear. I thought pretty clear. Why who that's why I said just the Verlander. Hey.
CC got 40 more wins though. He's pitched 4 more seasons than him though.
Yeah. Can Verlander pitch 4 more seasons? Ask yourself that.
Man, he's got
Still leading.
Verlander got 8 seasons though, with like 200 plus strikeouts to Sabathia's 3. And CC got more strikeouts than him. So I guess it's safe to say that he's gonna catch him and he won't pass him.
You think
if he
if he continues to pitch?
If he continues to pitch, yeah.
He's 36 right now.
Think if he can pitch, he's 39.
Baseball, I say yeah. I say you can. Willie, that's a different question.
See, this CC last year, he's 38 years old. Justin just signed a 2-year deal.
Verlander just had 290 strikeouts last season.
Oh yeah.
Actually, the most of his career
Yeah.
at 35. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Verlander. Yeah.
Who you going with?
You going with his boy? Come on, man. You know he going with his boy. You know he going with, man.
I'm actually going with Verlander.
Oh, come on.
Unanimous.
He disappointed.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I want him to be biased, man.
No, I'm not gonna be biased. You know what?
Unanimous.
This came down honestly to the beginning of their careers. Not now. Like I feel like when CC got with New York, like his first 3 years, he was dominant. But CC in the beginning of CC's career, he was a straight gas thrower. Like CC will tell you that himself. He was a straight gas thrower. But he wasn't winning a lot of games like Justin was. And I feel like Justin probably benefited from a better defensive team than CC in Cleveland versus Detroit. But Justin at the beginning of his career was lights out.
Yeah,
Was a lights out.
I agree.
So I'm going with Justin.
Man, he won 24 games.
He was man.
24 and 5.
He a monster.
Oh. 24 and 5.
Yeah.
How high do you think he can get on this strikeout list?
Where is he at?
Justin.
Yeah, he's 23rd right now.
All time?
23rd all time.
How many more strikeouts he need to get to 20?
He need to get to what? 20?
Yeah.
Like 25, like 45.
Oh, he gonna get that this year. Where is 10?
He needs about 600 more to pass Greg Maddux at 10.
That's about what, 4 seasons?
At his rate. I mean, he just
At
had
his
290. He just had 290 last year. I don't think he'll
I
get
think
290
if he
again.
plays, he can get, but yeah, I think he can get up to 10.
So
I
I
think
think he's gonna average 200 for
200.
three years.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah. And how many seasons has he? Yeah, that's possible. He
36.
stay healthy.
36,
That's the thing, you
man.
have to stay healthy.
36.
I think he can get up. I think lowest he'll end up is that 15 range. I think the highest he can get will probably be 10.
And
He's got 60 already this season.
I'm gonna say this: CC getting hurt. It hurt.
It hurt him. Pun intended.
Oh yeah, it hurt. That hurt.
Verlander had 1 year he got hurt too.
Nah, CC was hurt like the last 2-3 years in New York.
Yeah.
Like the knee, like.
Yeah, Verlander only pitched 5 games in 2017. He was 5-0 in 5 games.
No, that's when he got to.
Oh, he got to Houston.
That's when he got to
Houston. Yeah.
He was the reason Houston won the World Series. Came in that solidified their rotation.
I apologize. It was 2015. He pitched 13 games. He's 5-8.
This is a route. We get ready to wrap things up. 108, 82.
Just like the Bucks.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, cool. Hey, Brook Lopez is 0 for 7 and 0 for 7 from 3. That's the only downfall. He got 5 fouls and 1 assist.
Let it ride.
George Hill 16 off the bench.
Told you.
Bledsoe got 18.
Told you George Hill.
Giannis almost got a triple double.
George Hill has been huge.
What Kyrie got?
Kyrie, Irving,
I mean,
15, 1 and 1.
Ooh.
Jesus.
21 shots.
All right, so for all my listeners out there, Bobby Pettis, hope you're listening. Jamar D, hope you're listening. Want my money?
How you want him to give it to you?
All single.
Straight cash?
Might go to Jimmy's Saturday after grit.
Oh, that is Saturday. On the game. That's on the.
I'm going to a day party Saturday.
Oh, wait, going.
To not be told when there.
Oh.
I'm going to be
I tell you,
Hey, follow us on Twitter, Goodfellas87, 3 instead of an E. Like us on Facebook, Goodfellas Podcast. Also on YouTube, subscribe to our page. IG as well. Give us a follow. We've been getting a lot of momentum past couple weeks, man.
Shout us out, please.
Shout us out. Let us know if you want to hear a Go Talk conversation.
send us some questions you got for us.
Questions.
We will answer some of your questions.
Let me see.
For our fashion people out there, designers, you got any gear?
Oh yeah.
Holler at us, man. You know,
Let
we
us know
always
what's up.
love to
We'll shout you out.
rock your gear, shout you out. You know, we're gonna keep it going.
And we got 10 days
10 days.
10
days.
on the run the baby.
On the run the baby. It's been epic. It's gonna
10
continue to
days.
be epic, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
I had to push my surgery back. But you know that off there.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna need the knees, baby.
Yeah, I had to
You're
push
gonna need
it
the knees.
back.
Hey, no, shout out to Gab though for that picture that they took.
Yeah, yeah.
In
Beyonce
South Beach, they went crazy.
gathered 22 women to go on a bachelorette party.
It was 30 of them.
It was
30
30 of
of
them
them?
down there. 30 of them down there. 22 people.
30.
22 people in the picture.
Yeah, it was 30 of them down
30 people down there. They had people's mamas down there.
How many we have?
there. 30.
That's how good they are.
30?
30.
Yeah, yeah. They shitted on us.
They had a Curry number out there.
Yeah, they shitted on us. Yeah, they shitted on us.
We had a strong 9 though.
Ooh, very strong 9. We had to have the 9. We played 40 minutes.
Man,
30 people.
Shit, my Sunday only had 4. Shit, we decreased every day in numbers. We lost both
Man
sides.
down, pimp down.
It started with strict the numbers and then it was just doing it.
Man, Thursday was strong.
Yeah, we went right from the 2014 Warriors to 2019.
Stripping numbers, that is.
We died.
The actual factuals.
Yeah, I got my core 4.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. We had a blast though, but yeah, so that's gonna be lit. Wedding, reception. Yeah, we gonna have good pictures, good videos.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a good time.
I got to pick my suit up out the I had to get out. You know what I'm saying?
Come to impress. Okay, I see you.
What's
All
up?
right, we got any more shout outs?
Not this week. I got one next week. Got one next, real special one next week.
Okay. Wow.
Shout out my bachelor party crew, man.
Gang.
Gang was out, man. We had Dougie here, the man behind the camera. We had Danny, 2 Cams,
Yeah.
my boy Jeffrey, my boy Bo, my boy Junior, my boy Kevon, my boy John.
Yeah.
And everybody came out, man. We partied hard in Las Vegas, man. Shout out to Vegas. Shout out to Drez. Shout out to Marquis. Shout out to
Daylight.
Daylight. You know, man. We had a ball, man. So
We go to Light.
we went to Light.
Light.
Yeah, we went to Light. So
Shout out Jeezy. Shout out Rick Ross.
Jeezy, Rick Ross, man. We had a ball, man. So I appreciate y'all for coming out and helping me celebrate. And we're gonna continue to celebrate next Saturday.
All right, Boo. You got something?
Man, we get some rest, man.
Got nothing this week, huh? He just wants to
Sleep.
rest.
Wanna get some rest, man.
Well, we'll be
Wanna
back again next week.
Oh, fellas,
Oh,
out
okay.
there, if you're married, you're engaged, in a relationship, give your girl a compliment. Okay?
Oh, man.
you talking about
Here we
me.
go.
Hey, give
Here
your
we
girl
go.
a compliment.
Here we go.
Yeah, we gonna say
That's
that.
all I'm
We
saying.
gonna say that for another show. Until then, love, live life, and we'll holler at y'all next week.